Well, hey everyone, and welcome. I'm your friend Art of Mana, and let's dive into this 612th stream, the ninth of our Zelda series, and possibly the penultimate stream before we actually beat Zelda 2. And then we're going to take a little bit of a break and get back into some Animal Crossing for some streams. But I took the opportunity, hopefully, I was trying not to level up, but I did get 10 points. Whoa, that was a little louder than I was expecting. I did get 10 experience points trying to get to the Hidden Palace. So I guess my title of Where Am I Supposed to Go is possibly not really a good title because I'm here. However, I just have to pick up my controller here. However, tonight we are going to attempt to grind a little at the start. And this is probably good because I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus here. But yeah, Dark Solid X isn't responding to my messages. So I hope he's okay. That does mean we are down our guide of mana. Like I said, it's actually not the end of the world for right now. If he does show up in a little bit, we'll just have him jump in. But for now, what we need to concentrate on is grinding a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and snap our fingers. 3, 2, 1, snap. All right. So as you can see, I'm right here in the dungeon. I wanted to have a little of that amazing Zelda 2 dungeon music in the background as we were getting our countdown gone through. So let's go up, I believe, into the forest. Well, that's not what I was intending to do, but that's all right. We're going to go into Tremorstone Goes old school. Yeah, this is like super, super old school indeed. And, woo. This is the oldest of the old just about, with the exception of the original Zelda. This is the second Zelda game, and funny enough, they actually didn't have the naming convention down, so this is actually known as Zelda 2 Adventure of Link. So that's a thing. Chronolocks, welcome on in. How are you doing? The intrepid Chronolock deftly pilots their way in and out of the wormhole, returning with food and drink to share with all in stream. I'm curious to know what food that is, although then they went in for a second go, and looks like they're unfortunately not with us at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, as you can see, this is definitely old school. Now I'm capturing this with the aid of a RetroTink 2X, and this is all on original hardware. And I've kind of dialed in the oh gosh, there we go. Kind of dialed in the settings. I think that they're pretty satisfactory. I am using a vertical line filter as well as some additional fancy filtering effects just to kind of give it that subtle, smooth over CRT effect. I think it works. I think it gives a nice feel of what this game looked like back in the day. One thing that I've talked at length about was how the original pixel art in games really didn't look like how so many people think they look. A lot of people are searching for those crisp pixels, etc. But I remember.
Thanks for hosting.
Liquids, welcome on in, and thank you so much for that host. But yeah, I remember back in the day this kind of a look, where that old CRT tube television, that started to fade a little bit, made the game look a little bit, I don't know, just all around smoother. So this is how I remember a lot of the pixel art games back in the day looking. Or at least closer to this, if not identical. But speaking of retro gaming, some kind of cool news. If you aren't aware, I'll briefly catch you up. We have talked about the Intellivision Amico at fair length on this channel. It's a really cool concept and new video game console that's coming out really shortly, in fact, next month. And I'm really pumped because Tommy Tallarico is the new president of Intellivision. Recently, he's been all over Twitter and YouTube posting updates about the console that's coming out, and he's been doing a great job communicating and has an excellent and admirable idea for this console, which is to make it a family-friendly console. Every game will be a family-friendly game, rated appropriately for children to play, as well as adults. And another cool thing is that every game will be under $10 sold on the platform. So it just seems like a really neat thing. It's a throwback to the old Intellivision for sure. And I think that it has real potential for finding a place in many people's homes. In fact, I did pre-order it myself. And one of the neat things that is why I'm bringing this up in the first place is I just found out that Tommy Tallarico received some Lifetime Achievement Awards. And I think that the guy deserves it. By the way, this is how I got those 10 experience points before, I was trying to get through one of these, and I managed to downward thrust on a couple of those. Oh, what are they called? I always forget. Anyway. So Chrono comes in, blinks into chat. That Girl Scout dimension is scary. So many mint cookies used for mind control. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Liquid says, today I was playing Minecraft for 7 hours and I had full diamond gear and armor. I fell into lava and died. Oh no! Oh, and all of the gear burned. Drat. And then the question was, well, is there no Guide of Mana today? And you know what? I reached out to Dark Solid X, who did sign up and who is scheduled, but I haven't heard back. And so I'm a little bummed, a little worried, not sure. Hopefully he's okay. It may be one of those things where, wires crossed. I actually had talked to Kensei Zero as well about potentially him taking Wednesday. Oh gosh, no. Oh no, what did I do? That was lame. That's okay. If we level up, we'll just probably take a game over. Well, probably. I don't know, actually. Maybe not. That was silly. You could certainly try and guide me here. That would be super cool. Oh, I wish I was watching my life there a little bit more. But yeah, no, today I had the day off. I sort of advocated for it and got to spend some time with Mana Sprout, who didn't have school today. And it was a lot of fun. We actually started work on an instrument, and we cut out stencils and painted it. I painted a tin can that we're going to use as the body of a sort of ukulele dulcimer type instrument with nylon strings. Pretty cool. I'm really happy with how it's turning out, and she's really excited. So that was a big thing for today. But I'm kind of feeling a little bit well, it's funny. So Chrono says, how is Mana Sprout and how is Ms. Mana? Well, so we're all, I think, in a position where I'd say maybe we could be better. Mana Sprout just having a little bit of a rough time. I hate to say it, but with coordination, I think she's growing and going through a growth spurt, and so she'll sort of stumble into things. And just before the stream, she sort of backed up into one of the walls, right on the corner where there's a 90-degree angle, and she did not like that. So that was not so great. And then Ms. Mana actually has been feeling really not so good with some muscle pain, like deep muscle pain. And so she ended up actually going to urgent care today. And then I started to feel like I'm very drippy, and maybe I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold. So I'm hopefully going to be okay and, all good, because I do have work tomorrow. But I am a little drippy, so I'm monitoring that. If that's the only thing, then we're all good. But it's like, come on. Oh no, So hopefully, like I said, hopefully this is just a short-lived little thing. Maybe it's even related to allergies or being out in the cold a little bit, working with spray paint and whatnot, but we'll see. I feel like I could be better. I did finish Season 3 of the Rebels and really enjoyed that. That was kind of cool. I thought that was actually the series finale, and then I was very pleased to see that, in fact, no, there is another season, at least, so I'm really pumped, because I haven't watched through all of Rebels, but boy, that Season 3 finale, oh my golly, oh my goodness, oh, what can't I say? Well, pretty much everything, because I don't want to give spoilers right now, as I'm still getting through the series, but so good. Anyways, Chrono says, Drippy, better than Droopy. I mean, it was a cool dog, but... So yeah, no, I appreciate you being here, and maybe, I don't know if any of you would like to sort of take on the role of Guide of Mana, just spontaneously here. If anyone's willing, that'd be super. It would be ideal if it was done through voice chat, but if that is impossible, I'll take what I can get. I was going to say that meme where it says confused screaming there, but now I regret that. I can try, I'm not equipped to guide by voice, Chronos says. Well, thank you so much for that. That will be our failsafe if need be. We'll have you hop in to, well, you're already in chat, but you can guide me through chat. I'll send out the link here in a little bit. What I also can do, I might actually... I'm actually also confused that Memory Martin isn't. What an interesting thing. Liquid says I'm going to ask again. Uh-oh, did I miss something? Okay. Do you want McPizza or McSpaghetti? I don't understand the question. I don't understand if it's a meme. I refuse to answer. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. See? COVID. Woo, man. Oh, that was a sneeze and a half right there. Woo, man. All right. Let me do a thing really quickly. I'm just going to reach out to Zero. Hey, buddy. You around to help with guiding tonight? Solid isn't getting back to me. I'm going to also throw a message over to Seth. And actually, what I really should do, too, is throw a message into the Leaders of Mana chat here. Hey, okay. Weird start to this stream. I feel like nobody's here. Is there something I'm missing? Is it the Super Bowl? What is this? I laugh like Zach Scott Games. I like Zach Scott Games. I don't know Zach Scott Games. Zach Scott Games. But cool. Oh, hey, that just dropped us right into a battle. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully we can beat this game not today. Hopefully we can beat it next stream, which will be our 10th Zelda stream. And if we do that, then it's a great segue into, again, a week or two of Animal Crossing before diving into Link to the Past, which should be a lot of fun. A Link to the Past being one of the classic Zelda games. I know a lot of people are excited about that one. Woo! right, we're almost to that level up as well, which is good. All right, we're getting there. Okay. And away we go, sort of. We're so close, so close. Okay. Yeah, you know, I was worried before when the idea was that you could grind here, but actually this is not so bad. Oh, he says right before he gets trapped between two Lizalfos. Yes, these are Lizalfos, in case you didn't know. Ooh, nice, points bag. Oh, we're getting really close. Really close, this is good. My idea is if I can at least level up my attack, which would be next, and then I could level up magic, possibly just through interactions in the next palace or two, or by defeating the palace, right? So if I defeat the palace, my lowest stat will get fully upgraded. Well, there we go. Okay, so attack goes up. And so now I've got 7s. Oh my gosh, harem! 30
Look
months
at this,
in a
but
row.
don't get hit at.
Look at this, but don't get hit. That's hilarious. I don't know that I succeeded in that, but it's a good challenge, and maybe we can try again next time. Oh man, harem, thank you so much. I appreciate that. They look like a gecko combined with a dinosaur, right? Oh, man. Wait, what is this? Oh, man. 30 months in a row. That is wild. I am still guideless, Jack. Yes, indeed.
Thanks so much for hosting.
If you... Oh, no. One High 30 is feeling sick as well. Jack, if you are able to, I would love to have you hop on in. I'll send you a link. Right now, I'm actually just simply grinding, so I don't need too much help at the moment, but I'll give you that link, and yeah, I just got a message here from Kensei. I'm going to double check. Okay. Oh, and actually I had a message from Kensei as well. Okay. That would be great if you can. I also got an offer from Jack shortly after yours, if you aren't able to. Your choice. I think you said you had plans for today, but I'm open to your help. There we go. All right, so here we go. Yes, Jack, we'll find out hopefully shortly. I'm waiting to hear back from Kensei. Like I said, I'm still just grinding, so we're in pretty good shape. Weezlink, hello, welcome on in. Now mana gets a ton of guides, right? Hey, we could just have a whole thing. We'll have like 10 guides of mana. It'll be perfect. Ooh, that was actually pretty lucky that we took that. Oh, it's because of the attack level 7, I think. That makes things easier. Yeah, look at this. I think it's just 2 hits for the Lizalfos. Well, if they stop blocking, there we go. Okay. Mana Vanna. A council of guides to help mana. You're awesome and amazing. Hello. I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. What a bummer. I actually was telling chat that I've kind of been feeling that a little bit myself as well. So I don't know if there's something in the air or whatever. Scooter says, I'd love to be a guide if I wasn't working. Ah. Drat. And Weez says, I was watching some guys play Sea of Thieves. I've heard good things about that. By the way, here's the funny thing. I don't know if you know this, but you can always look, and I'm totally calling Dark Slot out for a moment. If the Discord message or status is to be believed, he is currently messaging me. I was gonna say it showed him playing Middle Earth. Oh hey, I'm Finnish home. Or were you playing Middle Earth? Let's see. I'm gonna hold on because we may. I don't know. I've got now 3 offers. Okay, I had no plans was the thing. Oh, okay. Hop in. Oh, no worries. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, we're gonna do a duo. We'll swap in. I love the music here too. It's so good. Weaslink got popcorn. All right, hang on. Oops. Oh, hang on. Kensei is hopping in. Sorry. Maybe we could split the session. All right. Okay. Sorry, man. I was just trying to get. Okay. Thanks so much. Next time. Boom. Okay, Kensei is going to hop on in. And here we go. Let's do this. We're going to join the call. Kensei Zero. Hey. It's Kensei again. Hey, it's so funny. As soon as I'm like, so nobody likes me and I'm all alone. I end up getting an offer from you, and then Jack, and then Dark Solid X gets on and says, "Okay, I'm finally available." And I'm like, "No, but no." So I talked to Dark Solid, and he said, "No, actually, it would work better. Just have Kensei hop on in." So I think we're gonna go with that if you're willing. Cool. Which also I think. You're not live yet. I'll go ahead and adjust things here. But yeah, no, I also kind of thought I'd give you a little bit of preference here because I know how much you enjoy this game, and the fact that you had kind of wanted to be a guide. So I was like, hey, more the merrier. So let's go ahead and get things set up. Okay. Well, yeah, I say for now, let's go with what we've got. Which, oh man, this camera, everything looks perfect. Like we're golden here. Let me just do a fancy transition as soon as you're ready, so that people can. Oh, let me actually change your name as well, because you're not Dark Solid X. Kensei, yeah.
Well, look at you joining the Friends of Mana.
Well, look at that. Sir Clorox Man has just joined in. How are you doing? Welcome on in. Thank you so much for that follow. And boom, there we have our good friend Kensei Zero here in the corner. It's him. So hello, yes, welcome to anyone who's new. I'll just give you a rundown on what to expect here, what's going on. First of all, my name is...
Thank you for joining the Friends of Mana.
Hey, Captain Board also just joined. Oh, wait, we can't hear Kensei? Oh, now we can hear Kensei. Sorry, there we go. I don't know if you heard that before, but now you can hear Kensei.
Okay, cool.
So what Kensei was saying earlier was that he's more than happy to have someone else hop in if they would prefer to have a chance since he was here yesterday. So just throwing that out there, but I think we're good for now. To everyone who's new, my name is Mana. I'm an E for everyone family-friendly variety streamer with a focus on Nintendo, retro on original hardware, and indie titles. And I have been playing an awful lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons lately. But because of Zelda's 35th anniversary, and because this is my favorite franchise of all time, I decided to play through the entire series in order of release on original hardware with special guests, such as Kensei Zero, to help guide me. And as I go through this, you can actually sign up to be a guide on my website, artofmana.com. But because Kensei just joined us, we were running a little behind today with the designated guide of mana. Yeah, why don't you just take a moment and share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Zero. I am also a family-friendly streamer. I've, like I said last time, I started streaming about 7 years ago. Took a really long hiatus, just as stuff was going on in my life, and recently I've decided to get back into it. Originally, it was solidly League of Legends, but since I've started again, I've started playing just a bunch of different other games that I like. Right now, I'm in the middle of a Fire Emblem 7 run, with a special map coming this Saturday, hopefully, and I guess a special feature. And then once I'm done with that, I'm planning on doing Trials of Mana, and so it's just kind of whatever, with a family-friendly bent, where I can interact with the people that stop by.
Awesome. Weezlink says that's all the time I've got. I have to get back to Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch. Fair enough. I know how how engrossing that game is. Thank you for being here, and thank you for stopping by and chatting for a bit. Feel free to lurk if you want. Feel free to dive into your island if you'd prefer. Maybe we can get some visits in next week, Weezlink. That would be super cool. And Clorox Man, thank you so much. Captain Board, thank you so much for those follows. Feel free to ask me any questions you might have. If you would like, feel free to just hang out if you prefer. And Kensei, so I actually just leveled up my attack, and now I'm working towards... Yeah, now I'm working towards basically, I guess, whatever's next. I think it's magic, but I'm not positive. As soon as I do that...
Probably is, I think...
Yeah. As soon as I do that, we can go into the Hidden Palace.
Excellent. Sounds good.
Ooh, I went into that little hidden area.
Yeah, is this area working out for you as far as good XP gains?
You know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst.
Fair.
Yeah, like it is a good grinding area. I'm getting, for the most part, I'm getting mana potions to replenish my magic so I can heal up, even though there's not a town nearby. I think if I were to do, well, when I do this again, I think that we're going to be playing this on stream again for a Deathless run. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to level up. I forget where it was, but there was this one place that was perfect early on, right below a town. And it seemed like, man, you could just do that for ages and then go right back and heal up, get all your magic back. So like that was a good grinding spot. I think I might just cheese it and do that.
Could be. I'm trying to remember where that would be.
Is it what is the one? Is it the island or what do they call it? The harbor town of Nuburo? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Noburu is the that's the one that's right before the Ocean Palace. You go directly east from it to get there.
I think that's the one. Hey, Calamari.
Okay.
Welcome. Thank you for lurking. Yeah, I think that was the
Calamari?
one. Yeah, Calamar's here. Welcome on in.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Noburu. There is a place directly southwest of it.
That must be the one.
That's
then.
the only place that I'm. Sorry.
That must be the one, though. I think that's. I'm pretty confident. That's where it was a good grinding spot.
It's the only place I'm seeing that's got a place that's directly next to it. I mean, Ruto has one, but that's like a cave super early game, so you're not going to get much XP there.
Right. Exactly. Also, hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that really kind comment there from a couple of people, actually. Sir Clark's Man asks how we're doing today, and doing pretty well, actually. And then this is great because I guess you're a fan of You're Awesome and Amazing, which is how then the connection was made. So thank you so much, Maisie, for directing some folks over here. Harem is off to bed. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for that resub. Yeah, if you've been awake 24 hours or 21 hours, you should probably go get some sleep. So good night. And I'm Captain Board. I think that was referring to me, but seems pretty impressed with the stream, and I sure do appreciate that. So thank you. We did take another death, 2 actually. That's one of the downsides of this area, but I think,
Oof, yeah.
yeah, I think we're gonna be close here to a level up, and I almost am thinking I might just take that game over since it's not that hard to get back here. And then that way we can take on the palace and have the best chance of success.
You're braver than I am, or at least braver than I was when I was younger, because I did not want to go through those lizard folk again, throwing rocks from the walls. Oh my gosh. I died so many times there when I was younger. Goodness gracious.
It's a challenging section, no doubt there.
Mm-hmm.
I find though that when I was younger, when I would approach games, Mega Man, for example, like I know you're a big Mega Man fan. You have the strats down. I
do for X series, not so much for classic. You've got to go to
Fair.
Seth for the classic stuff.
Very fair. Actually, they are very different, aren't they?
Oh, they really are. They're different in so many aspects, like design, the general feel of the game. Like a lot of the basics are the same, but yeah, there's some big differences with how like the flow of each level is handled, and it's actually really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely better at that. But I have some experience with some of the classic games like Mega Man, Zelda 2, this one specifically, Zelda 1, things like that.
I think that if I were to state my preference for Mega Man, it would be the X series. Ooh, hold on a sec. Oh, I got a sneeze coming. Maybe.
I 100% agree. I think that as far as my preference goes, I think it's the X series. I don't have any dislike for the Mega Man Classic series, but I feel like personally the Mega Man X series just feels so much more action-packed, so much more fluid in the way that it handles, specifically with the dashing and wall
Yes!
jumping.
I was
It
just gonna say
changes
that.
combat. It changes combat entirely. And then, when they introduced Zero as a playable character, and the fact that, wait, what? He's got a sword? And wait, he learns stuff, but it's not a gun? He just does things with his sword? Oh my gosh!
Right.
When I first played as Zero, I immediately fell in love with his playstyle. Absolutely loved it and have not looked back since.
I absolutely agree how important and critical the dash and wall climb mechanic is in Mega Man X, because that was a game changer. Like that made such a world of difference. And it made it where, like you said, action packed. You felt like everything was a little swifter, but you felt like, unlike in the original game, where really you are memorizing attack patterns, but everything's kind of slow. So if you do something dumb, or you go into a position you shouldn't be in, neglecting to, have to follow the attack pattern, you're gonna get crushed. With X, it's like there's so many ways to solve a problem that yes, you also still have to memorize attack patterns, especially for bosses. But there's actually other things you can do, like, for example, like you can wall climb up around and like stay up at the top, or you could head over to the, kind of dash around them or over them, hit them from behind. Like there's just a lot more options available to you.
Yeah,
and it's
on
fast-paced.
top of that, it gave the creators the option to make the bosses faster and to make the bosses do different things, because now you have options to avoid that and counteract that. And so as it's not like they just made you overpowered by comparison to the bosses. They changed the game itself to match that, and I was like, that is really, really cool. I love it. I mean, you still get the cheese strats. Like I still refer to it as Spark Mandrill syndrome. He's he's one of those bosses that as soon as you get his weakness, oh my gosh, you can you can beat him without moving.
Right.
You just get the timing down, and he just freezes in place, and you shoot him again, and he freezes in place, and he won't even throw an attack at you, and it's ridiculous. It's funny. But yeah, no, I think that I think that it's great the way that those differences that that they made between the two games.
Right. And again, yeah, not saying that I don't like one over the other or whatever. It's just
Agreed.
my personal preference. Yeah, like I'll go back and enjoy the heck out of the classics, but X just it's more my jam. But then then like
I
we were
think so
talking
too.
about, then we were talking about like this game out of the Zelda series. I really like it. It's been kicking my rear, but it's been really fun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this one is brutal. This one is punishing, but man, it just has a sense to it that a lot of other Zelda games didn't have, and I think that a lot of that has to do with the way that combat has gotten so different. And nothing wrong with the original, top-down view that we see right here. But there is a different style to the way that combat is a lot more interactive in Zelda 2, in my opinion, because you get things like the jump, you get things like the up thrust, the down thrust, the fire spell, the shield spell, the thunder spell. Like, all of those things allow you to change the way you interact with the foes around you, and as such allows the game once again to give these enemies different capabilities.
Well, and until we get to Link, oh gosh, until we get to Link's Awakening, we won't see side-scrolling, platforming elements in this series. And then even with Link's Awakening, it's not the primary method of attack and leveling up. Well, there isn't even leveling up. So I mean, it's very different. And we never really saw it again in Zelda. Just a platforming Zelda, unless you count me the CDI.
I don't think we count that one. But no, and I mean, the thing is like I can't even really consider that a missed opportunity, because while I know a lot of people consider this game to be a misstep, and I personally don't, because I think that it was, as far as like the gameplay, I feel like everything in this game was very crisp. It was just design choices that people of the time, and maybe even now, don't like. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And they tried something else with Ocarina, and man, that took off. And they did it again with Breath of the Wild, and yeah, just stuff exploded. Like, just people love those changes. And so I'm happy to see that even though Zelda 2 was not, even though I love Zelda 2, I'm aware that it wasn't considered like, it was not accepted favorably by the fan base. We'll put it that way.
That's a good way to put it.
But that didn't stop Nintendo from, it didn't stop them from taking more chances and trying new things with the Zelda formula. And we got some great things from the series because of it.
Right. This is a time for Nintendo where they were innovating everything. They still hadn't figured out whether Mario's shirt was red or blue yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. A couple of things. First of all, Liquids isn't Zelda the Princess. You're funny. Jack says X gonna give it to you. Also,
Okay,
Liquids is giving us all of the the great Star Wars references here. Also, Sir Clark's man is lurking. But thank you so much. The stream, hopefully it does go well. I did watch a little of the original Zelda cartoon, Chrono. But hey, here's the deal. I'm gonna try and get through this area with as few hits as possible. Let's get a count going, Kensei. I'm
Do it.
gonna
Okay.
get through this, and let's see if we can get through this with. Let's try and let's go for under 10 hits.
Okay. I won't give you a live count because
It won't be live.
the view I'm watching is a little bit ahead of or it's a little bit behind what I'm saying. So
Okay.
I'll just keep a running count in my head.
Okay. And then at the end, we're gonna see. Whoa. Oh.
right.
Okay. Oh darn. Oh. Okay. Ah. Well, this does not bode well. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. It can be done still, though.
You got some fancy feet here. You got the dash dancing is on point.
Thank you. Oh.
Oh. Take it off screen.
Here we go.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Whew. All right. I've already lost count because I'm just trying to avoid things.
I got you.
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure I've got you.
Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Woo. Hot dog. All right. And what do we get?
Well, I'm still in it. I'm still in
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's right.
Ooh, okay. Okay. So, did you want me to count hits on enemies or only hits by rocks?
Let's do all hits. But if you have
Okay.
the stats for both, let's get both.
I do. I
All
do, as a
right.
matter of fact. Unless I missed one. I might have missed one enemy hit.
Okay.
But what I saw was you got one hit by an enemy, and that was the red Lizalfos at the very first.
Yep.
I didn't see if you got hit by the little blue dog dude. And
I think I
then
did.
5
yeah.
hits by rocks.
Hey, not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Not bad at all, yeah.
What was bad, though, was taking that death from falling in the freaking water.
Yup. I hate the water. This was another one. This travel from Nibiru. No, not Nibiru.
No,
it is Nibiru. From,
yeah.
From Nibiru, from the River Devil down here. Oh my goodness, this one kicked my butt when I was younger. Like I could not keep my health, and because of how expensive the life spell was,
Right.
just
Exactly. No, yeah. and I think that would be another thing that potentially could be a nice quality of life change. Well, again, like the cheapest, easiest way, I think, again, would be to do it with a life system and to start you off always back where you are. If you do that, then travel isn't an issue because you get through it. You're like, oh, darn, I took a hit. It was a struggle to get through there, but I'm through it. However, one thing they could do is instead of falling into water or lava, taking away a life, it could be more like in other Zelda games where it takes away a portion of your health.
right.
I think that would go a long way.
Yeah, that's one of the things we kind of talked about it last time, where it kind of depends on what aspect of Zelda 2 they want to focus on,
Right.
Because it's entirely possible that they're like, nah, you know what? We want to keep the soul intact of the punishing difficulty of
Right.
Zelda 2,
Right.
and that extra travel, definitely there. That's huge. I do agree, though. I think getting rid of the life system. I mean, we haven't had lives in a Zelda
Right.
game since Zelda 2 that I recall.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think this was, as a matter of fact, you didn't have them in the first Zelda game.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure this is the only Zelda game to have a life counter system.
I think you're right.
Um,
yeah.
So, yeah, I think that getting rid of that would definitely put it a little bit more in line with some of the other Zeldas as well.
I think you're right. Could I trouble you to help guide me to the boss? Because I've forgotten how to do that. And also,
Of course you can.
also, I really like this because Chrono's talking about the cartoon, and there were comics as well. I have a comic of this when Link and Zelda were part of the Captain N cartoon comic series. Liquid says, if you don't watch the Super Mario Super Show, you're going to turn into a Goomba. I mean, like to this day, I mean, I will sometimes catch myself, and I'm just like, walking through the store or something, and suddenly I'm just like, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, everybody, let's do the Mario. Take one step
Yep.
and then again. Anyway, good stuff.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Yep. All right. Well, so let's see. I'm having to read through this and kind of take it back because a lot of
Right.
this is going through and backtracking.
Right.
Let's see. So it wants you to. Gosh, and this map is not particularly helpful. Okay, so the red potion, blue iron knuckle with the holes. So it looks like just go straight down the elevator.
Okay.
It looks like the left and right are just a couple of pea bags, and I believe we discussed last
yeah.
time they were
They've disappeared.
disappeared.
Hey, take
Yes,
care,
Chrono,
Liquids. Thanks so much.
Chrono, I can't believe you would think Link was an arrogant, mean hero. I mean, excuse me, Chrono. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to fit it in there somewhere. So we've got, let's see. And you headed east after that elevator. Okay. There's the blue iron knuckle. You will need jump to avoid the holes. No, I don't know, as a matter of fact. Is there... Do you know if the potions respawn? Because this statue here has one.
Well, let's find out. I don't know.
Yeah, because I am not sure.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Iron Knuckle. How
Oh,
dare
boy.
you?
And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get up there, actually. Oh, yeah. Oh, nope, it's just... Well, the red iron knuckle respawned.
Oh, no!
Yeah,
There was supposed to be a statue there, or there was
probably,
supposed to be a... I even
probably...
see a screenshot.
Well, see, the beginning of the temples always gives you that chance of either a red iron knuckle or... Yeah, I don't know why I always say dark nut. It is the iron knuckle, but I always say dark nut. Why do I say that? What's that from? Is that also a...
Dark Nuts were in Zelda 1, and they may also be in Zelda 2. They were definitely a Zelda enemy. I just don't remember where they are. They're called Iron Knuckles in the guide, and so I'm just going by what it says. They could very well be Dark Nuts, for all I know.
Who knows?
Okay. You didn't get the cross last time, did you?
No.
Okay, so yeah, we don't even get to go to the boss yet. You need to keep going this way,
Okay.
to the east, and you need to fight the Iron Knuckle on the horse.
Oh, that's right, because that's how I died. Yeah.
Now, be aware, the next room, the one you're in right now, has the statues. Jump. Watch out for the third one. There's a hole, an invisible hole.
Your timing was impeccable. The stream
Dang
delay
it.
killed us.
Yep, the stream delay dropped us down. I saw that. I was just watching it in horror, and I was like, no.
So close.
Please,
And
voice,
yet-
go faster. No.
Oh. Okay. Oh, we just took a death too. Oh man. This is our last life. So I'm gonna use jump just to get over this a little more easily and avoid.
I'm wondering, is there a way that you could? I don't know. Is there a way you could just stream the output of your capture card to the Discord call?
So
'Cause
actually,
then I could watch it live.
Yeah, no, this was my original intent. Unfortunately, I need to probably either look at oh, I just fell down the hole again. I either need to look at what am I trying to say? Getting a beefier computer. Not that the computer I stream from is a slouch, but you know, I either need more CPU overhead or I need to figure out ways to further streamline my overlays and whatnot and take away precious CPU usage. Because right now, if I do that, and I tried it, I max out my CPU.
That's fair.
I'm already like
That's
super
fair.
close to 100% as it is. So when I tried it, it was like, oh, hey, great, we could do a 15 frame per second stream.
Yeah, no, that's doable, totally. Okay, I will just try and keep a little bit. You dropped down the hole again.
Shh. We don't need to talk about it. Oh man, I was like,
Yeah, I'll try and keep a little bit ahead this time, and just try to preempt things a little bit. It's tough because sometimes you turn around and I'm like, okay, I got this, and you go the other way, and I'm like,
Right.
I don't got
I
this.
don't got this.
I
Right.
don't got this anymore.
No, it's so true. Okay, all right. This time I got to remember. All right, I've got jump equipped,
Okay,
and it's the third statue. 1,
it is the
2,
third statue. It's right after the third one.
3. Jump. Oh, I made it. Sweet.
Excellent.
Woo!
Okay.
18
Now, yeah,
times
right
is the
after
charm.
Yep, it is. We got it. We got him.
Awesome. Chronos clipped it.
Now that
Oh, hi, Twitchy Berry.
now that we got that, yeah, you need to fight this guy, and the cross is the victory, the reward here. He is, I believe the strategy is same as the Karok from the last map, where you just pogo on his horse, and then
Okay, I
he
got him
jumps
out
off
of horse.
eventually.
Yep.
Okay,
now,
cool.
And this
And
is
then, yeah,
where.
it's just a dark nut.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, an iron knuckle.
now I'm having you do it. Okay.
Yep, now you got me. Oh, jeez,
Oh, man.
you smack. You
Oh.
slap him.
I was, and then he's got me on the defensive again. Okay. Oh man. I mean, I
Ooh,
am.
yeah.
Oh boy, I am at full attack power, so that helps. Wasn't there last time,
Yeah.
but nonetheless,
you're
man.
actually you're one shy of full attack power, but you still slap.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh man, I'm not liking this. Oh, dang.
The throwing, the magic blades, that's so rough.
I know.
And if I recall correctly, your fire spell doesn't do anything here.
Correct.
What is the? You know what? While we're doing that, I will find out.
Yes, did it. Okay. Woo!
Nice.
Man, that was close. So, Calamare asked what the
Calamare.
difference between a dark nut and iron knuckle is. Perfect.
Yep.
Let's
I
find
am.
out.
I'm on that, and I'm checking it out. GG, you got him.
Woo!
uh,
Man.
So great.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, and my screen froze. My camera. I don't know when it did. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's really funny, actually. I don't know. Let's fix that. Oh my gosh. I promise you, I don't usually. Well, I can't say that. I have gone a long time without technical difficulties. It's unfortunately that they all seem to be happening now. All right, let's fix that. Camera. Deactivate, reactivate. Boom! Success. Okay. Melissa Jane, hello.
Okay.
This is the real. This is real rough, boy. You got him. Thanks, Melissa
You're
Jane.
not wrong.
Welcome on in. Thank you so much. All right, we've got the cross.
So-
all of the items now, and that means we can see the ghosties, right? That's what that item does.
I honestly don't remember what the cross does in this game.
I-
Because, like I said, I only got this once because the original NES, for whatever reason, I could not get the hidden temple to show up.
Right.
But now we've got that. Yep, you want to go down the invisible hole. You
Cool.
did it right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Totally intended.
Don't
to
let
do. I'm
anyone
gonna
tell you
die.
different this time.
And then I got a game over.
Oh no! No, the game over.
That's okay. That's okay. We're okay. It's all good.
Yep.
We're all fine. Only 21 deaths. It's only.
Okay. Honestly, I consider that a win personally.
We'll take
Like I
it.
said, I don't know how many times I've died in this game. It is tough.
It's a rough one. But that's all the more
It
reason.
is.
I'm serious. I want to do a deathless run of this game.
So if you die, then you're starting over from scratch, right?
So the trick, I think, because I mean, in theory, if you're cautious and you're grinding and you're constantly saving, like you're close to death, you're like, I'm on my last life, I'm close to a game over, just snag the save, or
Okay.
save frequently, so that if you do die, you can just start from where you were and then you don't lose the experience. That's probably the best way to do it, but like you could, in theory, cheese it and just be like, all right, well, I died. I'm not going to continue or save. I'm just going to start back from my last save. Or
Okay.
if you're close to death, just save. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But the problem with that is I think with saves you lose, just like with a game over, you would lose all of your experience points.
I think you do. Again, I think that's less. I think that the losing the XP on the game over was intentional. I think that losing the XP on a save is once again what we talked about last time, just a limitation of
Right.
the hardware.
Yeah.
Just
Like how do you
it could
save that
only
data?
so much information.
Right. Yeah, I think
But
you're right. Oops.
but yeah,
Well, we get another chance to see if we can improve our hits, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna try and do a live count out of hits to make it a little more
Okay.
accurate, because I realize one of the reasons you may miss hits is in this with the 15 frames per second, sometimes Link kind of is invisible because of the flickering, or sorry, the
Yep,
30 frames
yeah.
per second. So okay, so far so good. No hits. First hit. No hits. Woo, that was close. Oh, okay. That was even closer. 2 hits. Okay. Oh man. Woo. So we're at our PB.
Yes.
Sweet. I cannot believe I managed out of that. That's maybe even clip worthy. That's some fancy footwork. Holy mackerel.
Wow.
Okay,
I
second
think
one without. Did you see it? Where I was like,
when you like juked 3 different rocks and jumped over the
yeah.
blue block. Yeah.
Okay, I just took another hit.
Impressive.
I forgot what that was. Now 4, I think, total. Okay, whew.
3
Oh,
hits.
that's it. That's it. 4 total.
4
And
total hit.
I'll take it. Man, that makes me feel good. Whew.
Wait, 4? I only counted 3.
Was it? I thought it was. Maybe it was just 3. Oh yeah, maybe it was just 3. We'll go with 3. Why not?
We'll go with 3.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we have a permanent record so that we could go back and verify this. Nah, we'll just go with 3.
Calamir says 2. Calamir says he only counted 2. Let's
Nice.
go with that one. That one sounds even better.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Hey, before we continue on with the palace, could you look ahead and confirm for me? I believe we can go into this this little old town, whatever it's called. And
Old Kasuta?
Yeah, Old Kasuto. I always want to say like Old Katamari or something like that. And I think that now we'll be able to see the enemy. Yes, that's what it is.
Yes.
That's
So that
what
it
the
looks
cross
like,
does.
yes, you can see the Moas in Old Kasuto, and that is where you get the Thunder Spell.
Let's do it. I think it's in this first section, maybe? I can't remember. Yeah, here we go. Let's go down here. And
This spell is a magic drain, but
yes. Hey, Mictron.
and I don't really think you're going to be doing anything with it in the boss, but I don't know for sure because I don't know if it damages them. I
mean,
actually
we could try.
remember I got the Thunder Spell before I finished the Hidden Temple as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I still got wrecked trying to travel through those rock throwing dudes.
Oh, yeah. It's mighty mean. But Mictron, how are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else in this Old Kasuto?
I don't see anything. Yeah, the town has nothing else other than that.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you can just peace out.
I could, but now I feel like I've gone far enough in that it's probably faster to go the other way, so I'm just going to commit.
Might be, honestly.
Let's see. I mean, but now I regret everything because it seems like that's not the case. Oh, and I'm almost toasty toast. Woo! Okay,
Oof.
made it out. Woo! Yeah. Let's do some life.
Yeah, there is technically a town around here. If you want to go through the forest, you could go to New Kasuto.
Oh, that's true.
If you
Right.
want to try and I don't recall quite how difficult that rift was, but there's a possibility of going there to get some magic back as well as some, fill up your health. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, that was super close.
Oh,
I was holding my breath on that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. Oh, and I almost got a fairy. That would have been nice, actually. But oh well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I think it was like. I'm trying to remember where. Oh, wait. It was around the other side, wasn't it? Or no?
You're going the right way. It's
Okay.
straight north of the top of the lake.
Okay. Ooh, boy. Okay. Do I go in that cave? Is that what it was? I have to go through the cave.
Yeah, you go in that cave, and you go through that, and there is the you use the hammer on one of the forest tiles
Right.
for some reason, and
Yeah.
it reveals new Kasuto.
Ooh,
It
seems
is
like
I think it's 3 over and 2 down.
3
let
over,
me-
2 down.
Let me confirm.
Mike Tron, you're okay? Yeah, I've been thinking about you a lot, my friend. Hopefully you and your family are holding up. You're in my thoughts and prayers.
It's not showing me where it is.
Of course it's not. I think I
Yeah.
do remember here. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It is 3 over and 2 down from the very top, or
Okay.
1 down from the very top.
1 down. Oop, I did the wrong thing. That's what it was. Okay. Oh, 3 over. Oh, I just got it too, and then and then I got sucked into a battle. Here. Oh, wait, no.
Oh.
Nope. Wait, I didn't get it. But apparently,
Yeah,
I can
it's-
use my hammer to take down all kinds of forests. This is fun.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
Learned
It's
something new.
you're on the third row down. You need to be up 1 more.
There we go. Got it.
Okay, cool.
Whew, man, that was a little bit more of a challenge than I thought. Just getting to it. That's
Yep,
another.
But hey,
Yeah. Right. Still top
So-
off on the magic, and then top off on. I think this is where I go. The health.
I think
Boom.
lady in
There we go.
yeah, I think excellent.
Yeah, Mike Tron. So in case anyone doesn't know, Mike Tron, Mike Tron's family have recently experienced a death in the family, and so as Mike Tron points out, it's hard without Mike Tron's grandmother calling every so often. Yeah, it's a pretty big hole. I get it. So
Yeah.
but
That is
glad that you have the amazing memories and the connection with her, you know, that still persists, and that your family is still connected, and yeah. Oh man. Okay. So I have mostly full health, although admittedly I did take a little damage getting back to the palace. That's okay.
that's fine. You have more health and more magic than you had before.
Very true.
So
Okay.
let's see. So now it looks like the invisible hole go right on the other side to get a point bag, go back west, go up the elevator, backtrack west. So you don't even need to go down that way that has the invisible holes.
Okay.
Uh,
So
so there is
oh, Calamare, I'm so sorry to hear that too. Calamare says that they had their grandmother pass last month as well. Oh man.
I do remember that. I remember he told me about that as well. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. What? We're talking about deep things, but I'm distracted, and I'll tell you why. Climbing on my GoPro right now is an ant. Just scurrying around around the GoPro. Just a little ant. We do have way more ants here than in any place I've ever been. It's just kind of in the neighborhood, so to speak. And we've done various things, but apparently this is an ant that wants a selfie, as Chronolox points out. But yeah. Cool. All right. It's random. So where to? I just went down the elevator.
So if I am reading this correctly, you want to go straight down. You want to go across to the east with to the room with the to the right, to the room with the 2 holes, and you want to fall down. You want to fall down the first one, and before you fall down the second one, which you do want to do, jump to the left, and there might be a pee bag there, though I
Okay.
don't think you need it.
Right. And yeah, and for both Mike Tron and Calamari, again, like my thoughts, my prayers are with you and your family. So sorry.
Yeah.
So, oh wait, do I go down? You're talking about I don't even use the jump spell. I just go down that first set of holes, right?
You just go down this one, right? The one that you're on right now. And yeah, you do want to drop down 2
there's a pee
floors,
bag.
but you can on this first one here, and there's a pee bag to the left, supposedly.
Yep, we got it. And then drop down here.
Cool. Yep.
Okay.
And then you want to head to the right. Though, if you drop down again, there's another pee bag on the right side, I believe.
I think we got that one already. Maybe?
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like because we did go down accidentally down there, but I mean, I have 830 points. I'm not going to get up there. Let's just beat the boss. And I only have one other.
Be careful, because there are the flying unicorn heads that are nasty. I forget what they're called. As well as those little spike dudes. Yeah, you're on them right now. And the unicorn heads steal your XP anyway, because they're not very nice individuals. Yeah, after this, let's see.
Well,
okay, you are going to need a fair amount of magic here.
Okay, I'm pretty good on magic. Real quick pause. I just want to mention a couple of things because, because I know Calamari, you're still pretty new around here. I'll just say I don't mind talking about deep things. And sometimes on stream isn't the best time or place just because I'm distracted with game or whatever. But we've certainly had streams where we have talked about deep topics. And one thing that I mentioned last stream, I don't know if you were there for it. I actually just recently talked about suffering. Talked about suffering, the problem with fear, and tried to have to offer some hope. And I'm thinking about adapting that talk for our community because I think 2020 into 2021 it's been a challenge for lots of reasons. And I mean, we're always going to find that topic, I think, relevant in our lives. So I'm thinking about sharing some thoughts on that. Maybe it'll be of interest or of use. I don't know. But I just kind of want to let you know that. I feel like part of my streaming is, I want to... how do I do this? I want to share something with people. I want to be a good role model. I want to hopefully encourage others and through your help be encouraged to be my best self and for you to be your best selves as well. So that's just a little info about me and kind of why I do what I do. But yeah, okay, so back in this again. So I've got the red dark nut or iron knuckle. We still didn't find out what the difference was.
I did, but we were doing other things, and so I didn't mention. It looks like that iron knuckles are tougher than dark nuts. It also seems that they may have changed from game to game. You're in the room with the lava. I believe this one is the one where you need to use the fairy spell.
I was going to guess.
Yep. Don't fly too close to the lava because it will suck you in and it'll kill ya.
Super.
Yep. So you'll want to keep up as much as you can.
Okay.
But dark nuts, apparently, they have changed because originally, interesting. In Japan, dark nuts are called tart knuckles. I don't know why, but
Okay.
they are.
Why
Um,
not?
yeah, but the Iron Knuckles, they're slower moving and dish out more damage. Whereas the Dark Nuts are agile knights that are very skilled with the sword, as well as hand-to-hand combat. I do recall that in Ocarina of Time specifically.
That does, yeah, okay. All right. Well, you know what? That's the nice thing about playing through the franchise. We're going to see more of this as time goes on. Also, Chrono,
Indeed.
thank you for that comment. One thing I love about this stream is that Mana is unafraid of talking about controversy. He does it with grace and love and transparency, in my opinion. Aw, thank you. Those are some really amazing words and really uplifting. So Ken say, do I take the elevator or do I take the key?
I'm trying to see where we're at right now, because, wait, what on earth? Where's that elevator? Okay, so, the elevator, if you take the elevator down, there is a pea bag to the left, but you really, other than that, you really don't have a need to take the elevator
Yeah.
down, especially considering how close you are. So if you
Right.
take the key to the left, you just kind of go straight across, and it'll do something weird,
Oh.
where you'll cross through, and it will kind of change your positioning. I don't see any potions from the statues, but yes, I was going to get to that. The Iron Knuckle on the horse again.
Whee! My
Yep.
favorite, by the way.
It's a very fun fight.
Yeah, that's a word that could describe it.
The horse part seems like a very fun fight.
That's true. That part is fun. This is where it
the
starts
Iron
to.
Knuckle, oh, I hate the Iron Knuckles.
You're right. Yay! We did it.
Nice.
Wow, that was a lot faster than. Oh, and then we get that key. I don't know why we we get a key. Really can't really use it, but okay, whatever. All right.
'Cause you got the key, and so you don't need it anymore.
Grono says it's the least I can say after mercilessly teasing you dying. Memory Martin, hello, welcome on in.
Don't drop down the hole if you
'Kay.
haven't already. Okay,
Oh, too late. No,
So-
just kidding.
I saw you walking towards it, and I'm like,
Yeah, don't do it. Do I need to equip jump and then?
it's
I don't
kind of
think-
up to you.
Okay,
If you jump over here, there is a Link doll there.
okay.
I don't know how
Ooh,
important
it would
to you.
it would be useful for the boss. Although I'm
here-
also thinking maybe we don't because I've already taken a death and, or no, I haven't actually.
Here's the problem, is that what it looks like, I don't know if we can actually get there right now, because the way to get to the boss is kind of dumb. You are going to drop down this hole to your right, and there is a hallway with no floor immediately to the right. So unless you can drift to the right and just barely land in that small hallway, you're going to fall right down to the bottom. Now, hang on, actually.
I might be able to
if you
do that.
fall-
Onikage-sama, welcome on in. I'm gonna.
so-
I don't think I have enough for oh, I do have enough for a jump spell. Let's do that. And let's get that.
probably have enough for the jump. Oh, you definitely don't have
Oh
enough.
man. Oh man. Seriously? Oh my gosh. We got it. We somehow managed. Holy mackerel. Okay, now we're gonna fight this.
Okay.
We managed to fight an iron knuckle. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
And I don't think I'm gonna make it now. No. Oh wow. That you have to be. Oh, there's like no way. Okay.
Be real quick, and I don't think you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you auto spawn there. Now on the right there is a statue that you might be able to grab.
Okay.
I don't know if it has a potion. I don't see it because it doesn't really talk about it.
Oh, and it's a iron knuckle. Oh,
Iron
sweet.
Knuckle. Whoop.
Whew. That's the best in the death. Okay, well, I mean, you win some, you lose some. Memory Martin says, I literally just got the Leaders of Mana notification. It was like, oh no, how's Mana gonna stream? Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Okay.
So
Oh,
you
boy.
can't get there now. So this is where the elevator comes in handy. You want to head back to the left. Oh gosh, these little dudes are taking your magic.
Yeah, and
Stupid bubbles.
they're not fun. I mean,
No, they're not.
it's like okay. Oh, but I just had a merciful red mana pot. One thing
Oh,
about
good.
this,
Excellent.
yeah, right. One thing about
Yeah.
this game in general is if you start getting to that point where like, oh, I'm just gonna. It's what I used to do all the time. It's what I used to do in Mega Man, which is why I always lost. If you basically damage boost, which is a popular speedrunning strat and name, which is basically you take damage and then just go through and avoid the combat. Then you're gonna get owned. And
Yeah. It's
Yep.
it's doable in certain instances to use those invincibility frames to save yourself some time. But yeah, you've got to be really careful when you choose to use them.
Yep. Chrono has to go to
Um,
bed, and their phone has an update to install. Take care. Thank you so much. Have a good one. And Memory Martin, we are in the
See ya,
Hidden
Chrono.
Palace.
Is
Okay.
the final palace before the Grand Temple. I think it's called the
Woohoo!
Grand Temple.
Witty Kendra, hello. Can we get a shout out for Witty Kendra, please? Memory Martin, that would be awesome.
Oh, the Great
Fantastic.
Palace. That was
The
incorrect.
Great Palace. Great streamer friend, spouse of Scooter102089. Yeah, loving the Donkey Kong Country runs. All that good stuff. All right. So,
Game. Okay, so now that you're here, you want to, as soon as you want to make sure that you got to have quick fingers and make sure that you can cast Fairy.
Fairy.
Because I don't, if you drop, you lose Fairy.
right.
So you need to drop down as soon as you show up, cast Fairy, and then fly back up to the right.
And we've done it. And you know what? I actually remember that being a thing. And almost was going to do it last time, except I saw magic wasn't. Oh, and I know this fight.
Yep.
Oh, I knew it was
Dragon.
coming up. I knew. You know what? It's funny. I was sitting here and I'm like, I know this is coming up. I'm like, I don't know if it's this one or the next one. Oh yeah, duh, it's this one because this is our penultimate palace. So hey, there's some alliteration for you. Okay,
So
strats. I need
so-
strats.
strats for here. Barbo will always appear out of one of these lava pits in the room randomly. So unfortunately, it looks like you can't manipulate the RNG, be on one side of the room to make him show up closer there. It's just randomly. Shortly after he appears, he will breathe fire at you, so watch out for that, and then he'll immediately go back down into the lava. Weak spot is the face, so you want to aim for that. You do not have to do it only by jumping. You can duck down and stab him when he's going back down into one of the pits, but it's risky because you have to be close to the edge to hurt him, and as we know, if you fall, you die. And we don't want that.
That would do it.
So, yes, those are the strats
yeah.
that I'm seeing. Shield spell,
shield,
obviously, is
yep.
probably going to be helpful. I don't think you can reflect the fire.
I don't think so.
You could try it. It's only 16, so it's only as much as that. I don't think the jump spell...
It might be useful actually because I mean even just this jump right here, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
it
think
might
I've
be
died
helpful
here.
as far as that goes, though. It's possible.
Yeah, maybe.
so
Before
yes.
I started, though, I want to welcome Confectioned in, and thank you for the kind message. It says, "Hello, Art of Mana. I'm so glad I was able to finally make it for an evening. Swirly mentioned you were playing all of the Zelda games. How cool!" Exactly. That's what I'm doing, and thank you. Zelda is my favorite franchise of all time, and so for this 35th anniversary, it just kind of landed in a time where it made sense that I could stream it. I'm streaming all the games on original hardware, including the CDI games, which are going to be coming up soon. And I'm really enjoying it thus far. We also have Guides of Mana helping me. Tonight it's Kensei Zero. And so there are signups. I'm having people sign up. And even if you wanted to, people who've never even played the games are helping out because I give a walkthrough and you can just guide me through that. And it's been working out well so far. I beat the first game, close to beating the second one. And also, I just want to let you know, next week we're going to be focusing on Animal Crossing again. That was my big focus before the Zelda playthrough. We've done this is our 9th Zelda stream. So it's taken us 9 to get almost to the end of the second Zelda game. So strap in. but yeah. But also, I want to give everyone who is new around here, I want to give them a little tip. Go check out Kensei Zero. Fantastic streamer. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing over there. And he's family friendly as well, if that matters to me. And I love when I meet other family friendly streamers. Awesome focus on retro as well. So
Thank you very much.
Yep. And yeah, Confection, I am going in order with the games as release order. So okay, let's get in it.
I was gonna say, where does the CDI fall into the canonical
so
timeline?
Well, for the canonical timeline, we I think we have to use our imagination. However,
yeah, pretty much.
Oh gosh, okay. Oh, that's right. He does this. Oh man,
great dragon.
So this guy's hard. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That went well. Woo! Oh gosh, that didn't do what I wanted to.
Nice.
All right.
You're getting. You're doing pretty well. Pretty good at this.
Yeah. Thank you. So in release order, which is what I'm doing, the CDI, I believe. Oh, that was close. I believe the CDI falls within. Ooh, there we go. Falls right after A Link to the Past, but I have to double check, or it could. Yeah, I think it's right after A Link to the Past. Pretty sure.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it was that far out. I thought it was after Zelda 2.
I will double check, but I'm pretty sure. Calamari says it doesn't. I'll have to. Oh, it doesn't count for the canonical.
Yeah, it doesn't fall into the chronological the timeline.
Right.
GG, we got it.
Woo! Man, what if I
go.
fell in the lava right there?
That would be on brand for me, at least.
Right. Me too.
Yes, I won. No.
Oh,
gosh, dang it! Why?
Yep. That literally happened in my first. It was my first death, I think, when Henry Martin was with me. It was my first death in the first Zelda game, and I beat the two-headed dragon. I can't remember the name, and then immediately took a hit from one of the fireballs that was going, or the heads or something that was going around the room, and then poof, that was it. I was like, no, I was like, yay! Oh.
There you go, max level and attack though.
Maxes across the board, so that's good.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Now actually, yeah, right, because you can't max it more, right?
I don't think you can go any further than that. I do think, though, if I recall correctly, don't quote me on this because it's been a long time since I played this. I believe that if you do hit 9,000, you can still level up. And I think that recovers your magic or health if you choose that one.
Oh, I think that does sound correct. That does sound correct.
I don't know for sure.
Okay. And so what we just had here, just checked. Calamari, thank you so much. The Faces of Evil and the Wand of Gamelon came out in 93 after Link's Awakening, and Zelda's Adventure came out in 94. So I guess that just... Would that be before... Okay, so it is. So both are after Link's Awakening. Perfect. That's what I was thinking.
Both are after Link's Awakening.
I was originally going to say that, and then I doubted myself, and I was like, well, maybe it was a little sooner, and put it right after A Link to the Past. But yeah, no, they came out. You're right, after Link's Awakening. Then.
Well, there you go.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That was super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a few more games to go before we bust out the CDI, but I'm super excited to do that. So.
Oh boy.
It's going to be fun.
From what I have seen, it is a treat.
I never
Especially
played...
because that...
Oh, because what?
The controller. Ooh. Oof.
But you know what? Two things, actually. I do have a CDI. Hold on a second. We're going to take just a brief pause so I can show you something. This is...
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the controllers real quick. But
Okay.
What was I going to say? Something. I don't remember. There was something I was going to say. Let me go grab those controllers.
All right. Hey, Memory. My day's been pretty good. It was a long day at work. I figure I'll just talk to chat while we wait for Mana to grab the controllers. It was a bit of a long day at work for me, but it's over now, and I'm able to stop by and help with Zelda 2, and I love this game, so very, very happy. How's your day been?
Okay. So, what I uh, wanted to share with you, two things actually. I was going to say I had a friend. I'll share a lot more of this when I get to the CDI Zelda games. But I had a friend whose older brother had the option of buying a Super Nintendo or a Philips CDI, and inexplicably purchased a CDI. So he
Excellent
had, yeah,
choice.
right, exactly. He's definitely not going to regret it. I mean, granted, a good working condition Philips CDI will cost you a lot more than a good working condition Super Nintendo, so maybe the joke's on us. But um, the the controller that he had, so I wanted to eventually purchase the same system and games that he had that I remember playing, which he had Zelda's Adventure, and he had the version. I'll show this off when we get to it when we get closer to the Philips CDI games. But I will say, this is the controller most people sort of equate with the Philips CDI. It's this one right here. It's the big super or kind of Sega Genesis style 3-button controller. Okay, it's kind of bulky, but actually, I will say fairly comfortable. Okay, the D-pad is a little mushy. It's not the best, but the buttons are fine. The overall feel is good. However, my friend
Do you
had
have the other one?
this.
Oh no, you have the other one.
I do. And this
Oh
one,
no, this one's the worst.
but it's also the one I'm going to be playing with
Oh,
because I kind of love this. It's
oh,
basically
never
an
mind.
Oh, you're thinking, yes, okay. I was gonna say
Yeah, I'm
this is
thinking.
way better. You're thinking of the little like 3-button whatever that. Yeah, yeah, the with the little sticky thing.
I'm thinking of. Let me see if I can get a. I'm thinking of this guy. I don't know if. Do you mind if I post a
Go
link in
for
the
it.
chat? It's just
Go
to a
for it. Yeah, yeah, go
Wikipedia.
for it.
I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of this guy,
Oh, the paddle controller. Yes.
the
No.
paddle.
This
Ugh.
is this is the often forgotten controller. Now, I'm gonna say this was an amazing. I'm kind of revealing stuff ahead, but it sounded like people were interested. This is quite the controller. This is essentially a what do they call it? Oh man, what's the name of it? It's the
Gateway?
PC controller. The
Oh, a Gravis
Yes, yeah,
gamepad.
a Gravis gamepad. It's essentially a Gravis gamepad branded for Philips. And
Interesting.
what you have a little thread here. You can put in a little stick and use a stick if you prefer. But it's actually quite a good D-pad. 4 buttons, really great buttons. This is what he had. This is what he played on. Now, I got this. I said I got my Philips CDI. It came with a 3-button, but I wanted to get this. And I was so pumped because you can actually tell this is brand new. I actually just took this out of the box and put it in the drawer just like that. This is a brand new controller, and these to find even a used one goes close to $100. And I managed to nab this one brand new in the box for 90, and that was
Ooh,
a score.
yeah.
That was a few years back, but I was like, oh my gosh, because I had all these things, eBay alerts, and so as soon as it popped up, I'm like, I gotta get that, and yeah, yes,
Yeah,
confection,
I gotta
yeah,
jump
that
on this.
thread adds a joystick, so it does. I have the joystick in the drawer. Admittedly,
Oh,
it's not a great. that- w- it's just a little plastic nubbin stick that you put in there, but really it works better as a D-pad. But it's one of those things. Hey, if they thought of it, why not? So yeah, fun little thing. Just a little sneak peek. I'll go into more on that when we get to the Philips CDI games. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed that.
I'm not gonna lie, that's impressive.
Right?
It is impressive that specifically that they made it kind of a modular controller where you could add a joystick in. That's so neat.
Yeah.
Like for all of its flaws, that's pretty cool.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, and it's easy to pick on the poor Philips CDI, but it's I think important to remember, hey, Philips got the short end of a stick after Nintendo got the short end of a stick from Sony, and then Sony ultimately kind of was like, yeah, whatever, and then they went off and did their thing, and they're hugely successful, and we Nintendo fans aren't bitter. but,
Uh,
but
I'm
I'm not.
sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not bitter. We go ahead. Go ahead. So what are you say?
Oh, well, I was gonna say like I'm not bitter because man, there were some like I my formative years were with Nintendo, but my high school years were with Sony, and Seth and I spent most of our time playing on the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2, playing Legend of Mana, playing Dynasty
Oh,
Warriors,
Legend of Mana is so
playing,
good.
I love Legend of Mana. I
It's
want a
so
remake.
good.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that Trials did well because I would love to see a Legends remake. Oh
Oh,
my goodness, I love it.
I would be totally
Ah,
down for that. I think, though, honestly, even just a remaster and re-release of
yeah.
Legends with the full artwork,
Oh yeah.
HDified,
I,
that would be super.
yeah. I don't even care. I just want that game to get more love.
Yeah.
And whatever they do, they got to keep that crafting system because oh my goodness, I have never,
Yeah.
ever, ever seen a more complex crafting system than in Legend of Mana.
Yep. That's it.
It is, oof. It is a rough boy, but it is fun. Man, takes
So
me back. Takes me back.
so what I was gonna say is, I was that person. Everybody in my school and in my my social group, they were Nintendo fans. In fact, for me growing up, to say you want to play a video game, you could say I want to play Nintendo. It was synonymous. And
Mhm.
when Sony, came out, I mean, like Sega was around. We're like, yeah, whatever. It's good, but like most people didn't have it. Sony came around. It was like, oh, everything shifted. Things were different. Like suddenly there was this new competition, and video games just felt more. They felt not the same to me. Um, they felt more mature in tone. They had a different look, and maybe it was the I don't like change in me. I mean, granted, when Nintendo Power changed their logo, I was like, I don't like it. Um, back then I did not like change, but I guess who does? Um, but the shift to PlayStation was a pretty dramatic one. When I so then when I later found out that the history around the Sony PlayStation was linked to Nintendo combating, so to speak, the Sega CD by creating a CD add-on for the Super Nintendo, partnering with Sony, and then backing out of the deal because Sony was asking for licensing on all fees, licensing dues, royalties for all of the games that Nintendo would 100% design, build, release. Yeah, I would back out of that deal. I was like, well, okay, that's kind of lame. Then what happened is Nintendo went to Philips, but then by that time they said, you know what, let's just drop this whole thing. So what happened is that Nintendo said, well, hey, look, Philips, you weren't trying to to pull a fast one on us. You can release games with our licenses on your console if you release this, since you've invested in this. If you release it yourself, you can use these IPs. That is how Hotel Mario and the 3 Zelda games came about. And so, look, they're not Nintendo-produced games, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't
Needless to
remember
say,
Zelda being that bad.
needless to say, they were instant hits and
Right.
well loved by the entire fan base.
But you know what? Hotel Mario, when I first got the Philips CDI, I got that game first, and I was really into it. Like I spent a good like solid afternoon just I'm gonna beat this level. It's a goofy game, but I was like, whatever.
Yeah. No, some like there's a lot to be said about the I guess the innocence of a child, or a new gamer trying out something that's different they've never seen before.
Right.
Because while an experienced gamer might say, "Oh, this is terrible for this reason or that reason," if you don't go in knowing anything else, it kind of changes the way that you experience gaming as a whole,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah. I gotta say, Calamare says my formative years consisted of too much. I had my older brother and 2 older cousins living with me when I was young, so we had an SNES, N64, GameCube, PS1, PS2, and Xbox. This was around 2005 and 6. Nice. And yeah, my auto mods are weird. You're right. Mary Martin says, "I want the Golden Sun trilogy. Please give us a remake for a new game for Switch. That would be pretty cool." And yeah, and then the question was raised: thoughts on a Zelda collection with Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks. Ooh, Twitchy Berry, that is a good one. I've seen a lot of different takes on what could be done for for the hopeful eventual 35th anniversary collection. That might be one of my favorite options because those three games are fantastic, and Phantom Hourglass is one of my favorite Zelda games, actually. So yeah, I'll tell you a little more about that in a moment. But actually, before we go on, I'm wondering. So what could we do before the next palace? Because maybe we could do a few more things.
There's not much. From what I'm seeing here, there's a red potion that you can get. You have to go across the lava.
Sure, let's do it.
But you don't
Seth.
even have to go that far across the lava. Basically, you go back across the bridge to your southwest from where you're at right now.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Seth. And you go back through that graveyard that's there.
Okay.
Oh, southwest, not east.
Yep. Oh, I thought I was doing. Oh,
South-leftward.
I think south. I thought I was doing that, but
Oh,
let's see.
you are now.
Yeah.
But when I looked before,
When
you weren't.
said it, I wasn't.
Darn this delay.
Oh gosh, Automod, we gotta talk. So actually, Confection says, I think it would be really cool to see a stylized remake of Ages and Seasons. Seasons was my first Zelda game. I was enamored with the art in Nintendo Power. Great art, you're right. And they could easily adopt the same style as what they did in Link's Awakening, or which I thought they did a fantastic job of. My thought is, I was going to say Phantom Hourglass came at a good time for me because I had been out of video games for a while, and it came out actually when I was in grad school. And when I was, and so Ms. Mana actually purchased for me as a birthday gift the DS Lite and Phantom Hourglass, and I actually got a cool little pre-order bonus that I'm looking forward to sharing with all of you. But I got that system because I saw what this game was to be, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta start playing games again. All of my systems were across the country, and while I had kind of, my first time getting out of video games was towards the end of high school, when I realized I had been addicted to video games, and I sort of quit cold turkey, so to speak. I got back into it in college, but then, after that, going across the country, I didn't have access to those games, so I was sort of de facto out of video gaming until, and during that time, by the way, I will say I did dabble in free to play MMOs because it was available, but until the DS Lite, and then I was like, this is awesome. This is so cool. One of my favorite features is that you can draw on the map on the DS right there. A feature I wish was in every Zelda game ever. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. Definitely would love to see a remake. That idea though of sort of the Wind Waker saga, if you will. I like that. There's also something to be said about people were saying maybe an Ocarina of Time, like Wind Waker Twilight Princess release. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could be done, but so I'm on the lava. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I would like to point out a couple things here. The MOAs are actually vulnerable to the spell. If you cast the spell, it turns them all into bots.
That's so cool. Spell for
also,
the win. Cool.
If you want to go all the way to the right, from where you are right now this is called the Valley of Death.
Okay.
An appropriately named.
Not Death Valley, the Valley of Death.
If you just reverse it and add of in the middle, it sounds so much cooler.
Right.
Yeah, if you go all the way to the right, as a matter of fact, right where you were, above the top one, there is a red potion. If you want to, I don't know what you have to go through to get to it, but you could use that to heal up a little bit.
Or I could just die.
That works too.
Yeah, and there is a spell that's called Spell, and it's and it's amazing, and I died again.
No.
We have one life left.
Mayhap we should just go for the game over.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not necessarily.
Right,
not necessarily. Once we make it to the Great Palace, this is the only palace in the game that I recall where you do not start from Zelda's castle.
Right.
If you get it over, you start right back at the beginning of the Great Palace.
And Jakul goes, I was going to ask how the game's treating you, but after seeing you fall into that lava, it has been a while, Jakul. The game's treating me well. This is just bonus right now. We're definitely going to beat this game next stream, I have a feeling. But yeah, so I got that, which probably wasn't in the end super useful, but that's okay.
Yeah. But you will run into a couple more of those MOA, I guess action scenes, whatever you want to call them.
Yep.
And yeah, the spell will just take care of them, turn them all into bots. You do lose the XP, but at this point that doesn't really matter.
Right.
There is a tea bag towards the end. There is a well, not towards the end. It's actually kind of close to where you are right now.
Okay.
There is a point bag, in a slight fork. But you don't really need that, so I would say go right at the fork instead of left.
Okay. Woo, Nelly. Yeah, exactly. I'm not looking for any experience points right now. I'm just looking to, well, I don't know what I'm looking for. Just kind of scoping out where to go, I think. Oh, or jumping into the lava.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No. Say the nay.
All right, well, we'll save and we'll go back. This is scouting, is what it is. Look at that.
Yes, it is.
So we had in my first, or I guess my best playthrough of this game, where I beat it. It was 15 deaths or 15 game overs, I should say, and now 22. So I mentioned this last time. Streaming, it can be tough. Streaming definitely makes me a worse player because I'm dividing my attention, but it's all good. There goes the no death run, Seth says. But, we were talking about this, Seth. I am totally planning on revisiting this game to do a no death run. So I would love to stream that. It's obviously going to be a lot of grinding and cheesing, but it's on my radar. I want to do it. I like this game enough. I've had enough fun with it. Like, yeah, it's been tough. It's challenged me. It's gotten overwhelming at times, and yet I keep wanting to play it. It just feels good. It's a fun game. So, yeah. Jakul says you've gotten way further than I will in this game. Jakul, how have you been? What's up? What's new with you? It's so good to see you. And Confection says the spell's secret to effectiveness. It triggers a spelling bee competition, and none of the monsters in Hyrule went to school. I love that. Confection. That we need to Memory Martin, would you please copy that for me and throw it in DMs for me because we've got to add that to the bot. That's a quotable right there. That's fantastic.
I mean, one of the enemies calls themselves a dark nut. I don't know, like, if that's not emblematic of the Hyrulean school system, I don't know what is.
Yes, can say that was a perfect comment. Fantastic. Oh man, Seth says practice. I had to go. I had to for the Mega Man games. I was going for a no game over run for each game. I got 4 out of 6. I will revisit those after 2 later. Revisit those other 2 later. Fair enough. Yeah, I know there are ways that we could make this a deathless run, or game over run, I should say. I'm not necessarily going deathless. I'm going for I want zeros on the opening loading screen, file loading screen. If I get 0 on that at the end of it, I'm going to be happy. I do think the 15 deaths, a lot of it came from this last palace. So we're going to have to see, because I remember, yeah, it's tough. We might even just go in because it'll be okay. Nice! Jakul says, I'm a sailor. I joined the Navy. I'm currently visiting family. And when I mean visiting, I mean taking care of my grandma. But hey, I'm learning how to cook and stuff. How about you? What's new? Oh, man. What even to say? All kinds of things. I have a new job. I'm working on call at a hospital and in registration, patient registration. So yeah, been active in our local church. Been spending time with Mana Sprout and Ms. Mana. Closer to family, all that good stuff. I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay. I think I can... yes.
Oh, go ahead.
So oh, never mind. It didn't do what I was thinking it would do. Oh well. There's a way I thought that you could cheat the magic, the red potions. No. Oh my gosh. That's this. Oh man, let me tell you.
Yep. I hate this part of the game.
Yep.
This part of the game is so difficult. Don't forget the spell. It will make these a little bit easier. There are some action scenes that are coming up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ooh,
like
I saw
what even?
Oh, no.
Like what even?
Don't forget the spell. It will help with these MOAs at the very least. But you will want to make sure you have enough to. Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
Man.
It's okay. If we're scouting, we're just adding.
Yeah. we're scouting. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Practice says. This is just for funsies. We're just having funsies.
Easy money.
Yeah.
You're
good
right?
practice. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Calamera, thank you. Yeah, it's a good job. It's, my old job for a number of reasons was not going to be sustainable. One, I was just working ridiculous hours. 2, they actually closed just at the end of last month. So, yeah. So it was more out of necessity. But that being said, this is in many ways a good improvement. Jakul, when is the first try? It will be Saturday. Will be the attempt to beat the game. Saturday evening at 7. We're gonna beat the game. I'm confident we can do it. Obviously, when he beats it. Whew, yeah, good timing on the job indeed. That's right, confectioned. Okay. What type of puppy is Cooper? Confection asks. I know the answer to this. I can't remember the name right now. It's why can't I think of it? No, I'm blinking. Beat the game first try, Jakul says. All right. Let's do this. Let's get through. I mean, I just want to get to the palace at this point. Let's be
Oh, yeah.
real, right? Okay, we're gonna do
So,
one hit from the rocks. Woo. Okay. Wow. Oh, darn! I almost threaded the needle there. 2 hits from the rocks so far. So far, our best is only 2 hits through these sections.
Yep.
So let's tie
yeah.
for PB. Oh, nope. 3, 4,
oh well.
5, whatever. I don't even care.
Yeah.
6, meh.
As long as you make it through.
Right.
That's all that matters.
7, whatever. I wasn't really trying. 8, no, that one I definitely could have dodged, but I was like, whatever. Whee! That one I tried. Nope. Okay. Yeah, the trick I've found is you kind of want to, you want to backpedal a little bit. Because they're aiming for where you're going to be. So you can somewhat easily fake them out, you know? It's still tough
I've
because,
that.
there's enough that are being thrown that, like, the chances of you actually getting out unscathed is tough, but you can
Doable,
certainly use that. Definitely. What I want to know is for speedrunners, what do they do? Because there's got to be a strat that gets you there without having to backpedal, I would think. The red potion isn't there. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's okay.
Most likely, the speedrunners, they use the damage boosting that we talked about before and just manipulate those iframes, or they do something to influence loading in where they load into the game. Oh, no.
This is, yeah. Okay. Oh,
Spell, man.
Spell.
Yeah,
Spell.
I know it's expensive, but
let's do it.
Yeah,
you
these
got
guys
to.
with the knockback that they have on them, it's disgusting. It's so much. Now there's something that speedrunners probably do that I know you can do in some instances. For these kind of stages where they are scripted. And what they will sometimes do is they will, if you move onto the square that has the scripted action scene at the same time as you are hit by a map enemy, it will override the scripted scene with the map enemy. I don't know if it always works, but I know that I have done it a couple times myself.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. It's like I said, I don't know if it always works. Zelda Dungeon says that these are unskippable, but I don't know if that was taken into account as part of that or not.
Right. So this is nice. I just got a little red mana pot. What? No!
What happened? Oh no!
Did you see that?
Oh no!
Did you see that? We just got raided by DK Smash. Thank you for coming in right at the time when a terrible thing just happened.
The knockback in this game is akin to the knockback in the Castlevania games, or some of the mid-run of the Mega Man X games, where the knockback is so intense that most of your deaths come from that. Just being knocked back. Like, right. You don't actually take that much damage, but they just knock you back into the spikes or the pit or the lava or whatever it is, and it just one-shot KOs you. And you're like,
That's it. Well, welcome on in, Raiders. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Big shout-outs to DK Smash. Playing Apex Legends, I see.
Ooh.
Thank you for bringing your community here. I really do appreciate it. Big shout-outs. Everyone check out DK Smash. My name is Mana. I'm an E for everyone, family-friendly variety streamer. I focus on Nintendo, retro on original hardware, and indie titles. I have been playing a lot of Animal Crossing lately. Next week, we'll be getting back into Animal Crossing New Horizons because Festival, and it's New Horizons. I love the game. But we're also celebrating the 35th anniversary of Zelda by playing through the entire Zelda franchise in order on original hardware. And that is why today, the 9th in our series, we are probably going to take one more stream to beat Zelda 2, and then hopefully we will beat Zelda 2. And then we can transition, have a little bit of Animal Crossing, and then go back into Link to the Past in a week or two. But that's what you can expect around these parts. If you do like what you're seeing, please do feel free to follow. And DK Smash, would you please shout yourself out a little bit? Let us know what to expect on your channel if some of the friends of Mana decide to go and check it out. And then also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that during this very special Zelda playthrough, I have friends of Mana joining me as guides of Mana, and that is where Kensei Zero comes in. So Kensei, please shout yourself out as well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I am also a family-friendly streamer. Little bit new to this side of the streaming scene. I've mentioned that about 7 years ago I started streaming League of Legends, a ranked climb, but kind of left that, and I still stream League of Legends every once in a while, but I've been doing more just some one-player games and hanging out, though I have been known to do a couple of Smash streams with my viewers. Mana.
That's just
yeah,
how it goes.
Yep. But right now I'm playing Fire Emblem 7. My first run through Hector's hard mode, which is also my first run through the game. It is terrible.
Nice.
I'm having a rough time with some of them, though the last session I made it through a chapter in one go, so pretty proud of that. I've got to shout this out. The next chapter that I'm doing is considered the hardest chapter in the game by a lot of people, and I'm going to try and run it with a single character who has ended up as an absolute monster. So if you're interested, I'll be streaming that this Saturday, probably around noon Mountain Time. Calamir's got it, a guy solo run.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun streaming just kind of whatever games. I'm also a variety streamer. Fire Emblem has taken up a lot of time, but I do have other games planned and other games in mind, and I interrupt from time to time. And yeah, I'm just having a lot of fun, and I enjoy hanging out with Art of Mana and with 8-Bit Dad 7DC. And yeah, I like their communities and was excited to stop by and help with the Zelda 2 run.
Yeah. Well, and we also talked a lot about how we both really enjoy this particular game. Zelda 2 is often sort of the the dark sheep of the Zelda franchise, and it's it's unfortunate because it's actually really quite good.
Yeah,
there's a lot that's unique and fun, innovative. It's a good, solid entry, if not, soul-crushingly hard.
You just no damage that first one while talking.
You know what? That was I was gonna say I almost did it too. Oh, I just took 2 hits, darn. But they were the one right there.
Like I said, you got some fancy feet here.
Thank you. I'm pretty impressed. Like I'm getting it down. Like I'm starting to get the patterns, and whoa! that was some fancy footwork too. I'm also learning that jump right at the end. Did you see that?
Sorry
my little like
for those who aren't aware, I'm on a little bit of a delay, so I hear him doing these things. Like, what's happening? What's happening?
I felt like that was ballet that just happened. It was like
it was
spinning.
It was definitely art.
Right. That is the true art of Mana.
Yes, it is. The footwork to dodge the rocks.
Oh man, that was fun. Honestly, I feel like they could just make this a game, and I would play it to my heart's content.
Yeah, it's punishingly difficult, but it is. We've kind of discussed how that's part of the charm of it, especially these old Nintendo games. Just they were really really difficult, and a lot of that was, I mean, a lot of it was a way to kind of pad the length of your game a little bit,
Hmm.
but at the same time, it also gave you a huge sense of accomplishment when you did manage to do it.
Heck yeah. Heck
And
yeah. Like that. but
yeah, like
the other
that.
thing
That was
we talked about is just the physics of this game is so satisfying.
oh, for real.
Yeah.
I could not agree more. It just feels the controls feel very tight, uh, similar to how a Mario or a Zelda game just feels so precise and so responsive in the right ways.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so good.
totally dig it. Like that's why I think that if Nintendo were to release a remake of the bots go through the rocks and then they almost knock you into the lava when you use the spell and they're down below. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Oh,
sorry, I just learned a thing.
yeah, I
Whew.
didn't realize they jumped back up through the rocks.
I was like, "Oh, they're stuck there. How cute. I'm going to stay here and point it out." Nope. That was the wrong thing to do. um
That's female.
that but yeah, no, like the one of the best remakes of a game that I experienced recently was you know what? Let me grab it real quick for everyone because I've talked about it, but I haven't actually shown it for a while. I did play it. Did I play it on stream? I think I played it. I don't honestly remember now. Let me get it.
Entertain
Okay,
us.
I got it.
Well, oh, never mind.
Woo, okay. Tell a joke. Animate barrel. Hello. All right, I'm back.
I was just gonna start improvising with some of my voice acting, but you saved them.
Oh
You
no.
saved
I'd love to hear that sometime.
me.
This is the game that I was going to bring up. Love this one. This is Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. Also, incidentally, one of the best releases, physical releases. Just a lot of cool things that were added in here. And probably my favorite thing added in here, a video game manual. Also, I love that they took the original Master System cartridge logo design and applied it to the Switch game card. But this game, for those of you who don't know, this is a Master System game that was lovingly retreated. I'll use that terminology here. Includes retro mode with original graphics and sounds. It's basically reskinned with this beautiful painterly watercolor aesthetic, like pen and ink and watercolor art, basically hand drawn over the original pixel art graphics, but also with completely redone animations. And so it's amazing because, for example, in the game, there's this sort of slide effect as you turn and move back, actually very similar to Zelda 2. And so you kind of turn the quarter and you skid backwards a little bit. Well, what they did is they gave, in the original game, you basically just boop, flip and then you kind of slide back. But in this one, they give you this incredible sort of animation where you're sort of, like turning. Oh, I just froze. Hold on a second. Let's fix that. Don't know why that happened. Boop, boop. Fixed? Yeah, there we go. But you sort of turn around and there's this like dust cloud and you sort of skid and it's just beautifully animated. Really well done. And I think, but it all is overlaid on the original game. So even though there's new frames of animation and this beautiful artwork, it's still the same hitboxes, the same physics, it's the same engine. I feel like they could do this same treatment for Zelda, and it would be awesome for Zelda 2, because the physics are, as they are, very satisfying. So that's my hot take. Yeah, I don't know what to say. fight me? No, don't do that.
No, honestly, like I think that you make some good points. Like as cool as I think it would be to see a 3D remake of it, I think honestly I would prefer because I mentioned previously that that was fancy fingers.
Thank
Those
you.
were quick fingers, dropping those to bots and immediately downstabbing. Ooh,
Whew.
mm,
Thank
mm,
you. Thank you
mwah.
so much. I'm learning. He can
Um,
be taught.
Yep, yeah. But I think that 2D is the way to go. I think because like I like how Trials of Mana took pretty much everything straight out of the original Trials of Mana, the Seiken Densetsu 3, and just made it 3D, but also gave it a completely new depth by just simply adding jumping.
Right, right.
But that said, I also think that the that I think 2D would be a wonderful way to go about this. Just update the graphics, do a couple of little quality of life changes that we've talked about, and just other than that, keep it pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Because they have a solid product here, and I think that especially now that people no longer look at Zelda and just say, "Oh, Zelda 1 is all that is Zelda." I think that people would be more open to seeing this and being like, "Oh no, this can be Zelda 2.
Right.
This can be Zelda 2. It doesn't just need to be top down, whatever."
It's something that's different and fresh. Like, it's a good time to revisit it, I think, in the sort of no. Well, there goes our first death to lava. But it's a good a good time to revisit it because Breath of the Wild's allowed us to rethink the franchise and
I agree.
just to accept that it could have maybe some new gameplay styles. So
I have a little bit of a hot take for that
Yeah.
one. I think that Breath of the Wild's success is in large part because of the success of Link Between Worlds. Because Link Between Worlds was the first. It didn't have an open world, but it did change a lot about the way that the game is perceived. Instead of every dungeon having a thematic item that you need to get through the dungeon, you get all of those items from Rabio, and you can just pay for them.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And so it like rupees have it changes their value like really, really intensely from just being like, oh, look, because I can't tell you how many times in most Zelda games I max out my rupees and don't even think about it. Don't even
Right.
think twice. But you made it.
I did finally.
But yeah, Breath of the Wild and Link Between Worlds, they changed that kind of stuff very intensely, and yeah, I think it's the way that they did that, the changes that they made, very, very cool. But
I would agree.
need to get to my job as a guide.
Oh no, wait.
Sorry.
You know what? Not necessarily, because honestly, I mean, if there's stuff you want to point out, like how to take on those big Phoenix things, that's fine. I'm literally just exploring because I figure, we're pretty close to wrapping up, and I'm just kind of. This is all, like we said, it's practice. It's that Nintendo, attempts at things. It's like, hey, this game's gonna. We have one palace to go. That's literally it, and I know it's gonna be a challenge because it's the toughest, palace. So just trying to get a little bit of practice in. But yeah, no. As far as Link Between Worlds goes, I really enjoyed that game. That was a solid entry. I really like it. I think the one disappointing piece for me was probably mostly related to the technical limitations of the 3DS. Because, for example, Link's Awakening remake looks really cool, and I like it. I felt like the art style just was a little lacking in that game. That would be my my one beef.
I think I would agree, honestly. I, I I don't know what it was missing, but I felt like there was something just a little bit off
Right.
about that. I mean, it's not as bad as Shadow Dragon. We don't have to talk about that. But no, it did. There was a little something that I felt like it could have used something different. I don't know what. I couldn't even tell you if I were to look at it now. Um, Maybe it seemed too flowy. I don't know.
Yeah, it
But
was almost
I
like
did.
too early CG. Like is
Yeah,
maybe like
yeah.
very
I think that's
like simple textures, bright, vibrant colors, but like really round polygons. It was kind of almost like the original Toy Story, you know?
yeah. No, I could see that. It definitely had like we talked about, like not a bad game, not necessarily bad to look at either, but just
Yeah,
a little bit different.
right. And remember, the NES was the era of experimental sequels: Mario 2 US, Zelda 2, Castlevania 2, etc. And boy, yeah, very good point. And a lot of those that you mentioned there are very, very unique, very interesting. For the life of me, I don't know why some of the games veered so far from the original. I mean, but
And
then again, I would say now I don't know why so many games don't veer at all from the original. um,
well, that's that's a whole discussion to have. I can tell you at the very least why Mario 2 veered.
right.
And I'm pretty sure most people are familiar with the what happened there by now. I believe the game was originally called Puyo Puyo Panic or something along those
Doki
lines, and it
Doki Panic.
was
Doki Doki Panic.
it Doki? Okay, Doki Doki Panic. You're right. And yeah, it was intended to be a different game. And they had, you can see it in like Super Mario All Stars and stuff like that. They had Super Mario Brothers 2, which is now called The Lost Levels, but they were like, it's too hard. And I
right.
played it. They are not wrong. Um, but no, I think that, yeah, the NES, because gaming was really just coming into its own. I mean, you had the Atari before that, but it kind of, I mean, with ET and that whole thing, like it just it kind of brought about a little bit of a renaissance in gaming, where and so a lot of people were trying to find their footing and figure out what worked.
right.
What can we do in a video game that like we can't do in, say, a board game or a card game, or a sports ball game, you know?
right.
But and so they were trying to figure that out and trying to work with things like that and see, what can we do? Whereas now, a lot of companies are just trying to play it safe. They know this formula works. They know that it makes money. They know that it is, people like it, and so they try to keep their tweaks as little as possible. Which, don't get me wrong, as a competitive player, I know even those small tweaks can make a huge difference. But it's I think that's the biggest thing is they just don't want to throw away something that they know works. And to an
Yeah.
extent, I can understand that. Don't fix what's not broken.
Well,
But
and it's also probably worth noting that now the market is so vastly different because there's so much more out there. The competition is so much more fierce, and so the financial risk of trying something very different is a lot bigger, and you could end up potentially bankrupting your company if you put out an unsuccessful sequel. You could also
or
alienate tons and tons of fans if you put out something that veers so far from what the expectation of the next game is. So Yeah,
Yeah.
great points all around. Real quick, Kaboomer, sorry that Twitch didn't notify you until late. Thank you so much for coming. Calamari says the NES was basically the first successful home console. I mean, debatable depending on what you consider success. And I think even now, if you look at the numbers, like NES was a cultural phenomenon out of a void after the market crashed. People weren't talking about video games, but for many people I know who are older, I kind of just like I missed this myself. But for many people who remember the Atari age, Atari was huge. It was very much a successful home console. Atari 2600, the VCS, was the console. So that was a big one. In fact, Intellivision Amico. I was talking about Intellivision Amico because it's being released soon. That's the family-friendly console by Tommy Tallarico, who is the new president of or CEO of Intellivision. Very cool family-friendly console that will be releasing games $10 and less. I have it pre-ordered. I'm interested. I'm not sure though. I paid up front, so I think we're good. But if there's more money, I might have to cancel it just because I don't know if I have the finances. Anyway. That was a random thought where I'm like, oh yeah. But Intellivision, we were talking about this, the Intellivision actually had an adapter to play Atari 2600 games. So if you had an Intellivision, you had access to the full gamut of video games at the time. So it was a very different era that the sort of competition wasn't as big. People got what they got, and sometimes it was just what that store was selling or what their friends had. There was a little more diversity as we've gone along in generations. We've had fewer and fewer consoles. So, yeah. Yeah, I tend to forget how old the Atari actually is, Calamari says. Yeah, Calamari, it was second gen, I believe, right? Second generation, yeah. Because the first was essentially like the Magnavox Odyssey and all the Pong clones. Which even Pong itself is a clone of that type of game. But anyway, so also just to point out, Animate Barrel was asking about art pieces. Like, have I had how many paintings do I still need or statues do I still need? So I've got a few from Twitchy Berry, which was a huge help. I'm planning on playing Animal Crossing New Horizons on all next week. Probably even a bonus stream on Monday. Well, yeah, definitely a bonus stream on Monday because that's Festival. So we'll do at least 4 streams of New Horizons next week. And I'll be inviting people to my island and stuff like that. We can get a full list. If any of you do have artwork you'd like to donate, I would gratefully and graciously accept them. And yeah, so just a little. I'm also running low on funds if anyone wants to throw bells at me. This is like the most shameless plug. Like, I'm not asking for money here. No subs, no patrons here. I'm just I just need bells. New Horizon bells. So, anyway. But yeah, so there we go. Kensei Zero, if you want to give a little outro, where can people find you? And then can we get a shout out, Memory Martin? That would be fantastic.
Yeah, gladly. Yep, I am Zero, and you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Kensei0. That is with an X. Seth will say that it's because I can't spell, but Seth's wrong. And you can also find me on Twitter. I believe it's the same thing. It might be Kensei_0. I don't know. Hang on, let me check. No, it's Kensei0.
I say zero, don't I?
Twitch, it's Kensei0 on Twitter.
There we go.
Yes.
Zero can confirm 0 is spelled with a Z, not an X. Seth says.
Yep. Point of contention amongst old friends.
Fantastic. Well, please, everybody, as you may have heard Kensei mention, he's getting back into the Twitch game after a pretty long hiatus. kind of like a new like a reboot maybe. and
Uh,
and so
uh,
I'm a big fan of what I've seen so far, and I wish you the best success. Thank you for jumping in and saving my bacon as a guide today. It wasn't planned, but it was awful nice to have you here. A couple of great
I was
streams talking about this game and why it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I very much agree, and I was glad to be here. Glad to help. Had a lot of fun myself.
Well, thank you so much. All right. Well, take care, and I'll see you later. I'm going to just sign off with everyone else, and have a great night, Kensei.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
What a guy that Kensei. Yeah, can confirm. Heck of a nice guy. Confection says my husband spells it with an X too. Nice. There you go. And Memory Martin's just shouted me out. Thank you so much. Oh, Memory Martin. And Memory Martin, thank you. You are an amazing friend and man of mod. I appreciate it. Calamari says he and I play D&D together. Nice. Kensei says, ha, I told you. So yeah, we've got Saturday night, the final Zelda 2 stream. We're going to play it until we beat it, okay? So that'll be 10 streams. We'll have beat the first 2 Zelda games. Not too shabby. The second game definitely took a lot longer than the first. There are a lot more challenges, and so a lot more setbacks. But hey, considering, let's say, 5 and 5, that puts us at about 10 hours apiece. Obviously, more time was spent in Zelda 2 versus the first game, but that's not too shabby, actually. Anyway, we'll be doing that. And then next, you met your blush quota for the day, sir. Thanks, Memory Martin. We've got Animal Crossing next week. I'm looking forward to that. I've kind of been thinking about my approach to streaming as of late. I had this moment of sheer panic, like, oh no, I'm doing something different. People are going to miss Animal Crossing. A few people unfollowed, and it kind of got me going, oh no, panic mode. And I said, no, I'm going to just stay true to what I really feel compelled to play. I mean, granted, if everyone is like telling me in chat, this is awful, and it's just not you, it's not working, I'll listen to that. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's just some people really came because they really like Animal Crossing and weren't as interested in Zelda content. But I've noticed a lot of you and a lot of the same people who are coming as reliable, dependable, every stream kind of folk. You seem to have enjoyed this so far. Let me know if I'm in error there. But also, Kensei Zero says, I haven't pointed out how good the music in Zelda 2 is. I'm ashamed of myself for that. It is so good. And Seth, thank you. Good for you, man. Play what is fun for you to play. Your streams are best when you're having fun. That's it. And Animate Barrel says, I didn't expect to enjoy the Zelda stuff as much as I have. The guides are a lot of fun. It adds another level and helps me follow along. Awesome. Yeah. No, that's it. And I've always hoped, this is my hope anyways, is that my streams stand on their own merit, not just simply on the merit of the games I'm streaming or that I'm playing. In other words, for me, I hope that you come to these streams in large part, because you enjoy me and hanging out with me. And I know that I've built strong relationships through streaming, and that comes first for me. Memory Martin says, I come for your voice and the games, unless I'm really tired. Animate Burl says, how much of your life have you followed what other people have wanted from you, and how much has been driven by your inner voice? Ooh, what an amazing question. Most of my life, I would say, has not been what others have dictated or led me to or pushed me to, unless it was through that the inner voice, to use these phrases you used, was guiding me. However, an odd thing happened. One of the hardest transitions in my entire life was actually going into Twitch streaming. This is a really interesting aside, but when I started, it almost felt like I had gone back to high school days. Was I one of the cool kids? Was I sitting at the cool table? Suddenly there were dynamics with people. I was streaming a lot of Minecraft at the time, and there were interpersonal dynamics that came up that reminded me of the treacherous waters of high school days. And Animate Barrel with the deep questions. Nice, Consizero says. And so I noticed that, and then I noticed that because I started with absolutely no sense that I could find any degree of success in streaming. It was really intended to be just something to do to while away the time while I also played games to record for YouTube videos. I thought I might try to do some YouTube videos where I thought maybe I could have some degree of success if I really worked at it. And success, I don't mean quitting my day job, but I mean, providing something of interest. But then when I found that I loved streaming and enjoyed it so much, and other people seemed to enjoy my streams, then I invested in it. But once I invested in it, I became fearful. And I may share this in this video I was telling you about, where I'm going to talk about suffering. But fear, as Yoda says, right? Where does fear lead? Suffering, ultimately. And the fear of, oh no, I need to be doing whatever it takes to really grow the channel, as opposed to the original goal, which is to be a role model. Well, the original goal for the just the sake of streaming was pretty bare bones, but I always wanted to, and the original goal is to be a role model for people and to grow alongside people. And so that's kind of it. That fear is tough, but I've been enjoying this thus far. What an amazing opportunity it has been. I'm 5 years in, over 600 streams, and I've met some incredible people I continue to be in touch with. I have shared many countless adventures and derps and deep thoughts. I've played a lot of games I'm proud to have shared with people. There's a lot more I want to do, but we keep doing it together. And maybe in some ways, this adventure of going through the Zelda franchise will also be a strong reminder of those adventures in our own lives, those new challenges that we face, and overcoming adversity, much like I've kind of come to see my own journey of streaming. But then we're also going to have those lovely island times to just relax and concentrate on one another, coming really soon. Next week, we're going to dive back into Animal Crossing for a week or two, after Saturday when we beat Zelda 2. And then after some Animal Crossing, we're going to go back and play A Link to the Past, which is one of the best Zelda games of all time. One that I know a lot of people are excited for. Cannot wait. Have a wonderful night. Confection, thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone. Confection, no, thank you for being here. And let me just take a quick peek, see if there's anyone we want to raid. Let's look here. Let's see, who is on? Well, Mad Spike is on. Look at that. Oh, it's John Paul O'Keefe's 3-year streamiversary, my friends. I feel like we need to go and send some love to John Paul O'Keefe. 3-year streamiversary, playing Super Mario Maker 2. JP is a great friend of Mana, longtime friend of Mana, and I don't know that he necessarily counts himself as family friendly anymore, though he errs on that side of things, or he tends to be on that side of things. So do be cautioned that you may hear some light language or heavy topics. I'm not entirely sure, but for the most part, I've found him to be very appropriate, so there we go. Thank you, Mary Martin. Yes, good luck with Name Moose on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. Will we see you on Saturday, Mary Martin, or is that the Saturday you said you're gone for? I think that you said that we are. So, anyways, yeah, thank you so much, everybody. As always, stay safe and healthy. Do good and be well. And I will catch you next time. Bye-bye. please do consider a follow. Check me out on artofmana.com if you'd enjoy the stream. Also, you can check out my YouTube channel, my Twitter, artofmana.com, a great source for all things mana. And I appreciate all the new follows today from Sir Clorox Man, and I'm Captain Board. Thank you for the raid, DK Smash. Let's get in for a Mana Splash raid. Hype!